Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Seabass Streamers. As the season now really starts, I tie one of my favorite patterns for this season. It's this Kamakatsu hook. I've not learned the numbers by heart, so it's a SL11-3HT. It's a really strong hook, but I just like the fact that it has a little bit a longer shank, but it is really strong. So a big sea bass can't really bend it open. That's the thing we want. And we tie another shrimp pattern. So I'm using as a mouthpiece my grizzly marabou. I removed the feathers in between from the tip, so they are not sticking together that strongly when they're getting wet, and the mouthpiece is playing a bit. So we just do a few loose wraps and then we can move the mouthpiece in here and we'll just tie it down a bit so it's pointing a bit downwards like that. That's how I like it. Got the feather in a decent position, and then we use this angel fiber, a really nice material, as this one is super UV active. Let's see if you can see that. I have no idea what the color was called, but I think it says some pink. I got it from I think from ADH Fishing. We just produce a dubbing ball up here in front for putting the ice in. Just use a little bit more to make the ball a little bit bigger. And this really is just to make the ice raise a bit. I'll turn the ice like that. I'm just using pink ice for now because they're lying in front of me. Sometimes I use black, sometimes I use fluoro yellow. I really made it on what is just around me. I don't really give much about the eye. So we just spread them a bit with the thread going in between. So the shrimp mouthpiece I'm tying is always the same. So you can remember that from other videos. Depends on which I've uploaded first. However, shrimp eyes are attached, and just tie it down. And then we use the same material and just dub it onto the thread to form the body. But now first we tie in this Monsterdub brush. Here this is shrimp pink, but it works also really well with grey mixed with shrimp pink. These dubs are made, or the brushes are made myself, but you can of course make them yourself as well. Just check out the video how to make a brush. That's made with Nayad, but it's the same procedure, and you have to make sure that you use stainless steel wire, as the cheap copper wire, or not cheap, but as the copper wire just keeps breaking when you really put a lot of pressure on it with the brush. It's just not strong enough. So use quite a bit of the pink angel here to form an underbody, and this is so nice. UV fluorescent, just kind of imitates the maybe the eggs or the guts of a shrimp, and then we just tie it in. Just use quite a bit, because this one is a really big shrimp. I'm gonna catch big sea bass on it. We also tied that in the tying classes with Hans, and I was just amazed the day after when I fished it how real it really looks. Just because these Monsterdub brushes, they make it possible to tie the shrimp so translucent. It's just so brilliant, but you have to try it out yourself. So the trick now is that you go around the hook, of course, as you always do with a brush, stroke the fibers back, but you go in really open wraps around it. So probably I'll just tighten the hook a bit. I tied too many big flies on it, so it's a little bit worn out. But however, you go in really open spirals around it. There's a lot of material on this brush, so I'll probably leave around 4mm distance to each turn, so really you can see the body through it afterwards. And just go all the way to the hook eye. Just brush out a little bit more here. It's really difficult material to make brushes with, as it's so fine, but it really is worth it. And I did it with the Stonefall brushing device, or brush maker, what it is called. And of course you can just do it with a chopping board and a drill or whatever, and just spin it. Just important to use stainless steel, because you have to do a lot of brushing afterwards to get the fibers out again. Otherwise you just have a big mess. And you also don't need a spring really there, so really just a simple rack where you can spin the material with the trick. So now the tying's done. We cut the dubbing brush with a knipper or something, because it is stainless steel. Make sure you tie the thread a bit down. It always can break in this procedure, so just be a bit careful. But if it breaks, just keep on tying it new on top of it. See that it's just cutting through the material already. Let's see, maybe make another knot in it. This is really a problem with the stainless steel. The tips are really sharp, and you always have the wire between your fingers. But however, you can just apply a bit of glue on it later. Just do it like that, and then we can brush out the Monsterdub. Just go in any direction, doesn't really matter. Just up and down, and go. Try to get everywhere with the brush, as this is the most important thing, is to get the fibers out. And have a really nice shrimp. A lot of UV activeness in it, and you can see the body underneath. Hope you can see that. Maybe turn the light off. So yes, the body underneath. This is a really effective shrimp pattern for Seabass.